Wonderful and marvelous is Jesus Christ to me. Sweeter than the honey and the honeycomb.
That girl,
Which one? The
she was trying to stop me. Hey.
the three teenagers?
Huh?
The teenagers?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. She was trying to stop you for what?
She was saying, hey. I think I was disturbing her. I said, I know you're rebellious. I know you're rebellious. I know you're rebellious.
What's your take on flat Earth theory? So the flat Earth. The flat Earth theory. You guys ever heard of
Flat Earth theory.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
You don't believe
I
it?
believe that.
You've seen the videos about the history about it.
Well, I went to university. They talked about the difference between, the Catholic Church and their belief at the time that the Earth was flat. But the Bible actually says the Earth is circular, is round.
Really, right?
In Isaiah chapter 40, verse 22. Yeah, so they were wrong.
That's enough proof for you, huh?
Yeah.
That's enough proof for you.
Yeah. The Bible actually, in fact, it says that the Earth, it stands on nothing when you look at it from outer space.
Yeah.
So it's pretty out of this world for the Bible to make scientific claims like that, and it's actually true. So the Roman Catholic Church didn't even read the Bible. They just, practice religion and try to hold people down and didn't want people to read the Bible for themselves at the time. Yeah.
But you don't find it funny that the same people who control everything else control your science and NASA and all that? You know what I mean? Like they're telling you something, right? Why would be any more than a lie?
Modern philosophy came out from the Renaissance. These were Christians who began to look at the world as a whole and say, you know what? The world is a complex structure.
Yeah.
And there is more to this world, and it looks like this world has a set of laws that governs everything.
Yeah.
There are laws for the laws of nature, there are laws in terms of how clouds operate,
So you
thermodynamics.
believe man actually made it to the moon?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Man, I think we went to the moon, right?
Yeah.
Really?
There's evidence of it.
Evidence, really?
Yeah, there's evidence.
There's also evidence that contradicts it.
No.
Have a good night, guys.
Yeah. But let me ask you a question. Let's say, God forbid, you were to die tonight. Where do you think that you would go? If there is a heaven and hell.
Hard to say. I
Hard to
would
say?
I wouldn't say heaven. I would hope that. But the reason I asked you guys is because you're out here in the corner and trying to spread God's word, right? That's a pretty big lie. If there is any truth to it, right? You can think about the lies you fed. That's pretty really big one. You know what I mean?
Hey man, the evidence is this, that Jesus Christ was a real historical man. He did die on a cross publicly.
Really?
And there's so much evidence. It was so overwhelming that the religious leaders of his day said this, that his disciples stole his body. Because the fact of the matter is that they couldn't find the body. They knew that somebody rolled the stone away. It had to be someone.
But why
They had to bribe the soldiers.
I believe in something that if somebody tells you a lie, right, about one thing, right, and they lie to you about another thing, why are you going to believe about something else when they come to you? So that's my point. Establish the lies about everything. Why are you going to believe anything else? They say, right? You have to always. This is my. I'm not saying it's fact, but I take it as a possibility, right? So I went through the science and no, it's not.
Search out the evidence. Even skeptics say, oh man, Jesus Christ, he was real, he did miracles.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the resurrection, they doubt.
That's a pretty big lie too. Think about it. If there was any truth to that, that would change people's perspective big time, right? Because you know how we're insignificant because we're on a ball spinning in a universe. All of other planets were just a piece of dust.
Yeah.
Universe, right? Now the thing was changed. The Earth was flat. God created this, right? That makes you think a little bit differently and view the world a bit differently, right? Because you're not dust anymore. So you're very, very important for some reason, right? So
we have conscience. As human beings, we're very, very unique.
Yeah.
The very fact that us as human beings have eyes that can see into the world and make empirical judgments shows us, and we use logic to make decisions shows us that we're very, very unique in this universe. How can this entire world come out of just random chance and nothingness? Nothing produces nothing. If I broke a laptop into pieces and I put it in a shoebox and I shook it for 1,000 years, it would never put itself together.
My only thing is I find it interesting how some people, I have other conversations with other people. Like, you know, they believe the Lord, they believe in Jesus Christ, they follow everything. But for some reason they totally dismiss the flat earth. You know, it's not possible. I just wonder why. It's kind of curious.
Do you believe the earth is flat though? Do you believe the earth is flat?
Say like that's flat. It's a plane, right? So think of it as a plane, like a plane of existence, right? There's so much proof of contrary, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many satellites up there, and we've gone to the moon, and this and that. Where are the real pictures? Where are the pictures? You know, space travel is such a big thing, right? Where's all the evidence, right? There's a lot of contradictory evidence against it. So.
Another question.
I'm gonna believe you. You can show me. I believe you, but until you show me, I'm not gonna believe either way, right?
Do you believe in God?
God's existence.
So I think I felt of where you're going to live.
Where? Do I know where I'm going?
No, have you ever thought of it?
Yeah, I have.
So where do you think you go to?
Like I said before, I'm not too sure. I go to heaven, but I like to try my best to do what I need to do to get there, right?
But there's a way to heaven. There's a way to heaven.
Huh?
There's a way to heaven. If you believe in heaven and hell, and heaven and hell exist, then it means that there's a way to go to hell, and there's a way not to go to hell. You understand? So you have to consider what you have to do not to go to hell. You have to basically just ask Jesus Christ. Because he's the only way to go. You believe in Jesus Christ?
Yes.
You do believe in him. Have you asked him into your life before?
Have I asked him? I believe so. In my own way, right?
In your own way. Do you know why we have the Bible?
Huh?
Do you know why we have the Bible?
The guy?
Yeah, the guy. So it can't be on your own way. It can't be on my own way. That's what you know.
What do you think? What do you think about this? Because if there is a God, then that means that this God created every single person has to have a way for him to bring us in a loving relationship with himself. Because if you look at human relationships, we all desire to have meaningful relationships with people. We all desire to have a bond. So God created us in a way where we desire to be with other people. That's essentially, if you look at this world, people desire to be in relationships, have friendships. So God being the creator of this world and making us in his image have to be a personal God who is knowable, who has personality, intellect, just as we do, and logic.
Doesn't the devil go around imitating God? That's how he fools people, right?
Well,
it's very, he basically imitates it, but in his own way, because he wants to be like God, but he can't, so everything he does is the same, but different version, right?
He can
Isn't that a way to confuse people, right?
He can definitely manipulate. Yeah.
You may think you're doing the right thing, but it's a little bit hard to distinguish sometimes.
Yeah. You see, if you look at this world, if you study all the religions except for the biblical Christianity will say this, that all of us, we have a problem, a big problem. And this big problem that we have, the dilemma, is that we've all sinned against God. And so religion starts off with the point, there's a God who created this world. How do we reconcile ourselves or go back to God, the God who created us, because we've rebelled, we've sinned against him, we've broken his law. So essentially, religion is trying to answer that question. How do we, as human beings, enter heaven where it's perfect if we have sin in our lives? So religion has designed a way where it says, well, you can be a good person. If you do good deeds to atone or make up for the bad deeds you've done, then God will accept you into heaven.
So you can sin. It's okay. It's not right.
But essentially, the Bible says that all of us, we have sinned and we have fallen short of God's glory, so that none of us can make it to heaven by our good deeds. Because if you look at the perfect laws of God, none of us could say that we've ever been absolutely good. I mean, how many lies have you told in your entire life? Countless.
But it's pretty, I think these laws are pretty practical when you think of the bigger picture. It's something, if you do, you would have a lot less problems, a lot less.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Practical things, like
Yeah.
something like your parents would tell you as a child, if you listen, it would go good for you.
Mhm.
Then, right?
Yeah,
You would
yeah.
have problems.
Imagine if there was no traffic lights at Jane and Wilson. What would happen? People would start dying. People wouldn't know whether to go or to stop their cars. The lights are there in order to protect people.
Well,
Same thing with
that's
signs.
logic already. Common sense would be.
Yeah, yeah.
If you think that if you go that way, that's the right way, then you can go.
Yeah.
If you don't, then not happen.
Mm.
It's like if you believe.
So
Yeah.
you think you can